This is James Holder for IFL in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. I'm at the press conference stage for Derek Chisora vs Tyson Fury 2. With me I've got Tyson's trainer Peter Fury. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, good, thank you, James.
Good. Firstly and foremost, can you shed some light on what's happened with Tyson turning up with his face taped up and stuff?
More or less what it is. He was told to tone it down, so we've toned it down on behalf of the British Boxing Board of Control, so that's what we get.
Is he going to go through the duration of the build-up for this fight, or was it just more of a point to prove today?
I think more of a point, you know. He'll take the tape off, you know, and we'll just move on.
Indeed. Can you talk to me a little bit about Tyson's mentality at the moment? Obviously, I know you've had a lot going on in your family away from boxing. Can you tell me how he's coping with that?
He's coping really well. He's, you know, we all know a form of training is a form of release, you know, and he's took his frustration out in the gym. So he's been totally active in the gym. So he's 18 stone 3. He actually needs to gain a little bit of weight for the fight, which is very unusual because he's trained hard, and not boxing training. He's just been keeping fit and things like this. So the boxing training started last week, and he's got a good 10 weeks of boxing and sparring. So he'll be more than ready for this fight anyway.
Do you think Derek Chisora's got the ability to test Tyson Fury, or do you see a convincing Tyson Fury win?
No, I think Derek's got the ability to test him. He's a good heavyweight. He's on a world level, and it's going to be a very interesting fight. Derek knows he's got to try and knock Tyson out, and he'll come to do that. So it's going to be a very interesting fight, and you know, Derek also throws a lot of punches. So we're in for a very good, exciting fight here.
The build-up for the first fight's been absolutely fantastic. If today's anything to go by, are we expecting are we ready to expect the unexpected, shall we say?
Yeah, I'd say so. Definitely. It'll be fireworks.
That's what I like.
Always interesting with Tyson, as you know.
How much did the pull-out of Derek Chisora and his hand injury affect Tyson? And obviously, did you feel the camp was wasted first time around?
Camps are always wasted. Pull-outs are always bad news. You know, when these things happen, it's terrible. You know, nobody likes these things. But this, as far as we know, was a genuine thing. You know, they got in touch with us, they done all the right things, they informed us of what was happening before. We had meetings, and you know, and Derek's been honourable about it. You know, it's just what it is. So these things do happen. Just because we've had back-to-back things happening, it doesn't mean to say everybody's going to fake an injury. So basically, the injury happened, so that's where we are.
Do you think boxing needs characters like Tyson Fury, like in general, the heavyweight division in particular?
100%, you know, it is a show business at the end of the day. And, you know, fighters need to be able to speak. You know, so it's good to have the characters, the charismas in it. Good for heavyweight boxing and boxing as a whole. You know, there's controversy, you know, some things he says are not right, and he's been reprimanded for that. But as a character in boxing, he's got to be number one.
We spoke about today about the board reprimanding him for his actions during the build-up to the first fight. What does he think about things like that? I know he's his own man and it's hard for you to say, but in your opinion?
It's what it is. He acknowledges the fact that he's done a lot of swearing and things were said that really shouldn't have been said. He acknowledges the fact where little kids could be listening to it, and you know, he's got kids himself, so he knows that you can overstep the mark there a bit. So basically, there's not a problem with what the board's done there. You know, it's just the way that they are, and the way that they conducted themselves, and the way they've treated Tyson's team. You know, listen, we are his real managers, we are his promoters, we're everything into one. We're the people behind Tyson, me and Mick. There's no fucker else involved. So basically, put us outside. I was waiting for the teacher to come out with a ruler to go across our wrist. It reminded me of that. But you know, Mick spoke to the boxing board and said to them, you know, we're coming down here all the way from Manchester to Cardiff. Have we not got better things to do than sit on a fucking bench? So basically, that's where we are. So no, not amused with them at all with some pompous shit going on. But basically, that's where we are, and we'll look to see what I'm going to do about it in the near future anyway. Certainly not amused with the boxing board at all.
What is the general discrepancy?
Disrespected, ignorant.
What is the general discrepancy with the board? What is the problem with them?
Well, you know, the board is right in what they've done with Tyson. They're absolutely right. There's no, you know, all the terrible language coming out. I understand, you know, boxing is a sport, and you know, I'm a boxing purist myself. I love boxing, and we want to do good for boxing, you know, and that's it. So it's what it is, you know. But every time Tyson opens his mouth, there's thousands of pounds of fines coming. So you know, that's another issue. But if he never said it, he wouldn't be fined. So not criticising there, we're just where we are with it, with the reasons we said.
All right, listen Pete, I appreciate you giving me my time and answering my questions so honestly today, sir.
You're always welcome.
And
Sorry for the language.
That's all right. I look forward to catching you again real soon.
Okay.
Thank you,
You're
Pete.
welcome.